Good afternoon. Hey, it has been a minute, and that's on me. My bad. Realize it's been a couple months. But hey, some stories to tell. First off, we have a house. Hey. That's why I'm driving a different way than normal. Normal for what you may have gotten used to, which includes no more highway. Woo! So we bought a house over winter break. And that's the story I want to tell you all today, right? We had been looking and looking and looking and looking since we got to Richmond and trying to find the house, trying to find it that felt right. And as we were going through this, we were trying to stay close to family. We were still trying to stay within the same sort of church boundaries that we had been going to, everything like that. And so it was kind of tough. The market is hard to buy in right now. And so we kept looking, and I already shared some of those stories with you all. Well, then over Thanksgiving break, there was this one house that Mrs. Bexted and I had seen on the market several times, and we weren't really going to pursue it because it didn't seem like the right house. It wasn't all that much bigger than the house we had in Los Alamos. It had some land, but at the same time, it wasn't something that we were terribly interested in. But the price dropped. And we were like, you know what? We need to do our due diligence. And so we were trying to get ourselves ready for it. We scheduled the viewing, but we also weren't able to get childcare for that day. And so we're like, well, I guess the kids are going to come with us. And we talked with the kids and we're like, hey, we're going to take you to this house. We'll go see it. And as we were getting there, I just kind of kept feeling like, oh my gosh, is this what it feels like taking my kids home? And that thought kept persisting, which was kind of weird because when we got to the house, it was a little bit beaten up. You know what I'm saying? It needed some work doing. My daughter described it as rusty, rusty house. But it was on a couple of acres and it had two toilets, which is my big thing, right? I don't want to share a toilet anymore with my kids. I want my own toilet. And as we kept going, we walked away from it, and I'm like, it's not amazing, but at the same time, this feels like something we could grow into and something that we could build onto. And Mrs. Bexton and I prayed about it and we thought about it and we discussed it a bunch and we're like, yeah, this actually feels like the right house. No, it's not what we were expecting to pursue because it is this fixer upper. But we ended up saying, let's go for it. And we made an offer, which was even lower after they had brought the price down. And after a little bit of back and forth, it was accepted. And so 5 days before Christmas, we bought this house. Now, as much fun as it would then be to like immediately move into it when I say this house needed some work, it needed some work. And so we spent the next 3 months renovating it. Okay. Like, we had to bring in some guys because I didn't have the time to strip all of the insulation because there was some infestations going on up there. But we got that insulation completely redone. We had to re-insulate underneath the house, something that is not a New Mexico thing. You need humidifiers or dehumidifiers, excuse me, in basements because it gets wet down there. Now, basements in New Mexico, under not basements, but crawl spaces under the houses, don't really get wet in the desert. It's not something that is an issue, but it became an issue in this house. And so that had caused some of the insulation to be dropping, and we had to get that wrapped up and taken care of. And then we had to paint everything and sand a whole bunch of stuff. And Mrs. Beckstead's dad and I worked on the laminate flooring. We ripped up all this old carpet. And as wonderful as dogs are, having a dog that has urinated a lot on carpet is not a good thing. There were places where I had to sand the subfloor and then ended up shellacking it to lock in smells. Point is, it was a lot. There were a lot of things that we had to do. However, then once all those things were taken care of, the house was not 100% perfectly ready to go, right? Uh, it was livable and it had enough. There was more that we could have done, but at the same time, we wanted to move in. And so we did. And it's great. It's wonderful. I love my family very much, and I am appreciative to their help for us being able to stay there and all of that. But having our own house again was really important and was something that meant a lot to me and to Mrs. Beckstead and to the kids for them to get their own rooms again, for them to have the space, especially having that land where my kids can go out and play on the land and they can go off. We got some woods on our property, small woods, but woods nonetheless. And to get the trampoline set up and all of this, I forgot. I got a sweet riding lawnmower now, y'all. I get to drive a riding lawnmower. Yeah. It's a good one. It's a big fancy one. Whoo! It's got some power. Yeah. 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 It's good. I am excited. It is a place where my family can exist and we can invite others to be present as well. That's something Mrs. Beckstead and I are already talking about, where it's like now that we have a home, we can invite others to come visit and to spend time over there and everything like that. That does not include y'all because you're in New Mexico. Sorry, but if you're ever this way, right? I got a place. You come visit, we'll talk, we'll hang out. You always got a spot. I'd say by my fire, but we currently don't have a fireplace because it's gas thing. I got to get that taken out. We do want to get our fireplace set up and get the chimney reset. So once that happens, you'll have a spot by my fire. I also we gotta be careful because my Virginia kids have found this YouTube account and they're watching it now too. So just be aware that we got to speak in code, right? So like we got to be like red or green, and we know what we're talking about, but they don't. They're like red or green. We know green, yellow, red, but what? Yeah, nope. So shh, keep it secret. Don't let the Virginia kids know that they have a place by my fire because they have their own homes. They don't need a place by my fire. Point is, I love you. I miss you. It's there's been some rough times. I really do miss New Mexico. I miss Los Alamos. Not necessarily the town, because it's great to have, like takeout options, woo, shopping options. I just drove past like a Chick-fil-A and a Chipotle. Like, there are some definite nice things about this area. Although they don't have El Gato, no chicken guacamole tacos, so that's a problem. But I really miss the people. I really miss my students. I really miss friends, coworkers. I miss you all. And I'm sorry I can't be there to spend more time with you. That said, if you are ever in the area, come visit, come hang out, come see the place. I love y'all. Have a good one.